as a way to leverage your career.
Okay.
And I think that at a certain level, I've done that with Portuguese because, like, I'm not from an engineering background. I mean, I have studied some production engineering and all that stuff, but like, I've never done a calculus class in my life, bro. Like, so there's no way I could even be considered an engineer, right? But you know, there are certain levels of technicality which you can conquer or dominate by knowing a language, you know. And it's taken me a couple of years, but I've been able to you know, kind of insert myself into a field that I would never have imagined in the past. And
Because you were a
I've been thinking
journalist.
a lot about that recently because you know, I'm just thankful to have a job at this point, because I know a lot of people are out of jobs and you know, just trying to make ends meet.
And how is it, what about, I have a few questions. One would be the difference between the US school system and the Brazilian one, because you studied your master's at Unife and you did your undergrad in Indiana. That's one, if you want to talk about that, you don't have to. The other one would be talking about your work experience as an engineer here at an international company, and maybe the role of English in that role, in that position that you have, and yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I mean, if we were to start by education, I would say that I studied at a liberal arts school. Did you study at a liberal arts school as well?
Well, yes, I said the university itself had many colleges, but I studied in the College of Arts and Sciences at the university.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess for Brazilians who maybe do not know the American terminology for education, liberal arts is when you study multiple fields within your graduação, right?
Within your degree.
And then you specialize in one particular area. So like, I spent the first 2 years of my my undergrad basically studying history, math, geography, you know, to get a very well-rounded idea of knowledge before specializing in one area, right?
Right.
Which is one thing that actually, I'm wearing this right now, the University of Indianapolis.
What?
Right. This is a t-shirt I used to wear at for my football practices. So yeah, regarding my education in the United States versus my education in Brazil, obviously my master's was more specialized. It was very much directed in the field of industrial engineering, which I did in engenharia de produção. And
it's a commercial. It's a commercial break. Heineken.
Commercial break here.
Beverage of
Smirnoff.
champion.
You can't see the Smirnoff, but there's Smirnoff in here.
Heineken and Smirnoff, making for excellent English.
Right? And so aside from my liberal arts background, which is very diverse, I ended up doing a master's in industrial engineering at Unife in 2012, and that was related to process optimization and simulation and
don't understand.
Basically just making processes better and more efficient, making their numbers better. That was the idea. And I think that what you're really after, and where I can offer the most, what's the word I'm looking for? The most observation or perspective about this is that the modus operandus for learning in Brazil, at least from the courses that I was involved in at Unife, are more geared towards memorization rather than reasoning.
Okay. Interesting.
And I don't say that in a bad way, because like
Right.
there are things that I still remember, like in terms of formulae and application of, calculation, but in terms of like reasoning, I didn't find it as strong
I see.
as what I saw in the United States. So that would probably be my number one, like, commentary. Okay, a critique, yeah, and again, it's not bad, it's not good. It is what it is based on my experience.
It is what it is. I'm getting a lot of messages here, and whatever. Anyway, so cool. Well, look, D. So this was the first time that I've just gone ahead and recorded a conversation online. The idea is so that students probably, what do you think, intermediate or advanced? Do you think an intermediate student, could probably follow the conversation, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think this is definitely an intermediate to advanced conversation. If I were to draw the line between, like who would really get it and who would have some problems getting it, I think that you would definitely want to work with your intermediate to advanced students. Does that make sense?
Any tips as to, let's say you don't understand everything. You have that student that sometimes is travado, ele fica obcecado com cada errozinho e fala, não entendi essa palavra, então não entendo mais nada, né?
That's me in German. I've been studying German, and that's the way that I am.
Yeah, so are there ways to overcome that, do you think? Is it...
I think, I would recommend to continue asking those questions, but at the same time, be patient with the errors that you have, because those can be sculpted or finished
yeah. Okay, good.
later, I think in terms of like the whole education thing, maybe some key words in grammar would be like major or double major, a minor. I don't know if they have that in Portuguese.
Yeah, you talk about graduação. There's actually some words that you said in Portuguese, not too many, but a few. Formação, graduação, those are things that, and then also, tipo, it's interesting because graduação, we call it, esse período is our undergraduate period. Those are our undergraduate studies. But they call it their graduação, which would sound like their graduate studies. But for us, your graduate studies, or whatever you study after your undergraduate studies, ou seja, aquilo que você estuda depois da sua graduação. So
Exactly.
It becomes kind of complicated to follow, but a master's degree is a graduate degree, a doctoral degree is a graduate degree. And then another thing that's very common here in Brazil that I've noticed is specializations. I don't know about you, but in the United States, I don't remember so many people doing like just courses that are specializations in specific things. I don't know if that's a thing with the modern day online course thing, and maybe I missed it because I was before it, or if I just was never among engineers and people from the exatas.
I'm a man from humanas that has been immersed in exatos for a couple years, right? And I think basically we just call it like a training course, you know, like I think about Honeywell, and you've probably heard about this with your students, but like Six Sigma,
Yeah.
or lean manufacturing, green belt, black belt, these types of trainings, or trainings is wrong English. Okay. I'm thinking treinamentos here. So that would be, yeah, training seminars or training courses, right? Yeah, good. That's the idea. Am I red now?
No, not yet.
Okay. But so these training courses, I think we just, you know, kind of mention them by their name, you know, like, oh, hey, I have a green belt training or certificate, or I have done my Six Sigma training. You know, I don't think there's like a specific term for that, like there is in Portuguese, that it's like a, what was the word you used?
Especialização, né?
Sorry?
Specialização.
Specialização, yeah. Like we in English, we would definitely not say specialization.
Yeah, specialization I think is more for doctors who are going to specialize in, you know, cardiology or neurology or psychiatry or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, look, cool. So this is us trying to do this online thing. I hope that I'm going to send it to some people who I think might find it interesting.
Yeah, feel free, man.
I appreciate you doing this with me, trying this out. And I think people are going to appreciate your pace of speaking. You spoke at a nice pace. I was speaking at my Northeast, you know, Connecticut pace, I guess. And, but anyway, so that's it, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then I guess we can continue chatting as I hang up here. So yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Okay, we want sponsorship from Heineken and Smirnoff. Okay, so Heineken, Smirnoff. If you see this video, hook us up. All right. So
rock and roll.
How do I stop? Just end, pause, stop.